And the FIRC is the Family and Intercultural Resource Center. It began 25 years ago as a family resource center with a fairly narrow mission. And it was set up originally by legislation from the state. And then around the year 2000-ish, a group of folks got together and decided that with the influx of immigrants, they were going to need a place to go for resources. And that's when the intercultural piece got added. But the FIRC is not an immigrant rights organization. The FIRC is a family center with a mission to support family stability. And the FIRC has a broad support base throughout the community. That said, we work with a lot of the immigrant population and their families in Summit County.
Also, all know that strong families are the building blocks of a strong community. If we don't have strong kids, if we don't have strong parents, if we don't have strong employees, we won't have a strong community. And that's really what the FIRC is about. We're here so that everyone else can be here and everyone else can thrive and succeed and dream about what they want for themselves, their families, and our community.
I think, and correct me if you've heard wrong, but I think about 50% of the clients of the FIRC have Spanish speaking in the home type thing. About 50% don't. In our community, there's around 30% in the schools who, kids who have Spanish spoken in the home. So the percentage of immigrants in the community is fairly high. Yeah. And that's the general piece of it. So, we work with the immigrant community. We do work with folks who are undocumented.
I think we are kind of the central hub of where folks feel safe to come get information and to get services. And it's a really neat way to serve that community. And we also do have really diverse staff. Not that you would know it from looking at Peter and I necessarily, but I think, at least 50% of our staff are Latino, and I think even more than that, probably 60 or 70% of our staff does speak Spanish. So
I think at least, yeah. So
it's a pretty cool work environment as well with folks way different backgrounds.
Yeah, that kind of have started since the presidential election in 2016, those elections. We did facilitate a series of community events where we had a community panel and addressing, issues that came up in the community, whether from the Latino and immigrant community or from the Anglo community. And the FIRC, since the FIRC was involved in those, we tried our best to keep those apolitical and really offer supports and information, bust some myths to all segments of the community. Since then, we've taken on a program, thanks to some private donors, to support young people who are renewing their DACA applications. Originally, we have scholarships for that. So originally we had scholarships for people applying for DACA and renewing, and currently, you can't apply new for DACA, but you can continue to renew, so we continue to do that.
And, I think we've kind of made ourselves a place in the community where people can come and get information. For example, with the public charge kind of program and information about that in the community that people are now worried about getting WIC or food stamps or something like that because it will endanger their future status or ability to apply for legal permanent residence. We've just made ourselves a place that we try to be really well educated about that, so that we can share that with our clients and put on kind of events in the community where they can come and learn about that as well.
Michelle is also doing a program where he is coordinating people who are looking to try to get a driver's license who are undocumented, and it's through the SB 251 law. I think that's the right phrase, number. And he connects them with others in the community who help them facilitate getting an appointment and going through the paperwork for the driver's license.
Cool.
And we do have a new program actually coming up called ALMA, and it stands for like Amigas Motivando el Alma. And it'll really be a peer-based support group, support system for Latinas that are experiencing kind of emotional or mental health struggles to help connect and talk about that, which will be really cool.
Well, the FIRC is a member of the Colorado Immigrant Rights Coalition, the SIRC, which is a statewide member coalition, although they do have a team in Denver that works mostly on legislative issues. So they're very busy right now that the legislature's in session in Denver. They are a traditional, strongly kind of Latino-based immigrant rights group. So the FIRC participates as a member, but it isn't actively an immigrant rights organization.
Yeah, so I think in general, the FIRC is not shy about saying that we're a safe place for documented, undocumented immigrants, a place where they can come to get information about what their rights are, a place where their status and their current like legal rights are protected. And so a lot of folks have been worried about if their information will be shared or not in the, shared with the government. That's something that across the board we're just really careful about and making sure not to like put that in any of our records about their documentation status, so that there's no concern that will be shared.
Cool.
That is how we make it welcoming,
Yeah.
by not asking some of those questions and not making that a determination of whether you get services or not.
Right.
Yeah, I think just as far as paperwork, none of our paperwork requires a social security number or any verification of status. We make it really clear that you're welcome to get our services whether or not you're documented, and then that just mostly spreads by word of mouth after that.